Hi, girlies! Welcome to another episode of Her Dream Life, the self-development podcast for the girls, where we talk about happiness, alignment, and building the life you've loved and dreamed of. I'm your host, Sarah Diana. If you ever caught yourself saying to your girls, he's the one, he just doesn't know it yet, or I can fix him, this is going to be an episode for you. Today, we're going to be diving into something we've all been guilty of at some point, being a little Delulu when it comes to men. I am a lover girl and I love love. I have my little love islands. Right now, your girl's on a little break. Let me tell you, being Delulu has got me caught up holding on to things longer than I should have, or being heartbroken when I didn't need to. So I had to learn the hard way. So from my experience to you, I'm giving you my personal guide on how to not be Delulu, the science behind it, what leads to it, and how we can align ourselves with situations, experience, and people that truly deserve us. I'm going to be sharing the tools to break you out of that delusional thinking and protect your emotional energy. So let's get into it, my loves. How to not be Delulu. How to not be delusional when it comes to men or whoever your romantic interest might be. Okay, why? The science behind it. You are not Delulu on your own. When it comes to things, I am a logical girly. I was wondering why I wasn't acting in alignment and I felt off. My mind is saying this, but my heart is doing that. Fighting demons. I want to reassure to you, you are not crazy. Being Delulu is something our bodies encourage, significantly influencing our emotional decisions. So when we're being Delulu, we are receiving something in our body called dopamine. Dopamine is like the happy hormone, and it feels like your body's giving yourself a reward when it's released. When we're Delulu, we're getting dopamine about thinking about a potential of a relationship, even if the reality doesn't match up. Our bodies love this hormone. So we get stuck into a cycle believing things that could get better or that person will change, even when there is no solid evidence to back it up. This cycle is super normal, but it also shows us how tough it is to break free from it. We start to crave emotional rewards like receiving affection or imagining a perfect future, and keeping us stuck in this cycle of hope. When we stop this cycle, it hurts because our bodies are used to that dopamine rush. When we get that hit or miss affection, it's when we get rewards like text or affection unpredictably. This makes the dopamine hit even stronger. We start craving the next bit of affection and we keep holding on to hope that it will change. Because even the slightest action, gestures that make that feel good response, making us think that if we hold on a little bit longer, it will all get better. But this is what makes breaking the cycle so hard. You get addicted to the highs. Your brain keeps feeding off a fantasy of a perfect love story, and it makes you feel like things will eventually align, even when they don't. This is what makes us get stuck in this cycle and hard to leave. But the sooner you do, the more space you leave to create a healthy love that won't have you feeling so drained and unsure. Okay, so we broke down the science of being Delulu. And now let's get into the ways of how we can bring awareness to ourselves and prevent that Deluluness. Here are the key things that you can look at so you can avoid Deluluness while dating. Okay, number 1. Be aware when you're people placing. So this means when you're seeing someone for who you want them to be rather than who they actually are. You might be romanticizing them based on a love song that makes you feel like they're the one, a romantic movie that just makes you believe that your story is unfolding just like that. Disney had us on a chokehold because if you were raised off of Disney, like it gives you this, it kind of forms some Deluluness. Another thing where like you can people place is when you're watching those things on Instagram where it's like a relationship goals or like couple goals. It makes you crave that kind of connection and a sense of belonging that you want. This can lead to rushing ahead in your mind, predicting a future before building a real foundation. Yearning for love and loving love is normal, but forcing a connection for the sake of being fulfilled will leave you empty in the long run. Don't get caught up in the outcome to where you can ignore the actual person in front of you. Because I be Delulu and I'm like, that's my man. I'm gonna get married, and then I'm like, I'm not vetting. Be aware when you're catching yourself when you're wanting the outcome rather than this person. You should be like, do I want this person? And I can have this outcome with this person, but who is this person? Okay, number 2, falling in love with the potential of someone. Think back to yourself and be like, would I accept this person right now if they didn't change? Or would I accept their habits? A huge thing is actions over words when being aware of the potential of someone, like falling in love with that rather than who they actually are. What are the results? When they're like, I'm this, I'm that. Usually, if you're popping, you don't really gotta say like who you are as a person. People will just see of like your aura, who you are. You won't have to say it. So just use that discernment with you when you hear someone talking a little too much and you haven't actually seen the action. Huge thing for like awareness in me. I'm like, you say you do this, but do you? Anyone can say the right things, but actions reveal their true character. Don't assume someone's a good person just because they do one nice thing. An example would be opening the door for you. Just because they open the door does not automatically mean all the check boxes are fulfilled that this person, this man, is a gentleman. Pay attention to the patterns over time. Not just the sweet moments or the promises, because patterns will show, okay, like in the beginning they were like this, but since time has gone on, they're not like this. That shows who their true character is. So yeah, let me do this just to court her, and then I'm just gonna go. Once I reel her in, I'm gonna let loose. No. Don't fall in love so quick. You gotta give it time. Let's be honest, we've all romanticized potential and read way too deep into mixed signals. Mixed signals are signals, and if they want you, it'll be clear. Okay, number 3, maintain other joys in your life. A healthy relationship should add to your happiness, not become your only source of it. While enjoying the love and just the interactions, the dates and stuff, make sure you're prioritizing your friends, your family, and personal growth. Because if they take up all your time and energy, you may be starting to lose yourself in them instead of building something real. Okay, number 4, vet before you invest. Don't put someone on a pedestal just because you're excited about them. I've done this before. Trust me. You'll let more things slide, or those red flags will be pink flags. And you'll be like, they're not red. But you're colorblind at that point. The first 3 to 6 months is when they show their best selves. They put their best foot forward. True colors take time. Dating is about getting to know them, not committing blindly. I've had this before where like I've gone on like one date with a guy and he's like, God, everyone have be mine. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not for the streets, but I also don't know you. So it's like, I want to get to know you and not have this pressure of commit. Why am I going to commit to someone I don't know? That's like buying a lifetime supply of something you've never tried. Doesn't make any sense. If someone is inconsistent early on, believe them. Believe that is a red flag and not their potential. Believe it if they're inconsistent, because the beginning of getting to know someone, dating someone, that's when you need to apply pressure, not in a bad way, a good way. And it's like, you're already inconsistent and you don't got me. This is not gonna turn out right. You're gonna continue to get that inconsistency, especially since they gave it to you in the beginning. They're like, okay, she can tolerate inconsistency or she'll accept it, so I'm just gonna give her that. No, thank you. Number 5, and this is reflection. Recognize when you're staying, when they're fulfilling a need that you're neglecting, a reflection of unmet needs. Because sometimes we hold on to someone not because they're right for us, but because they reflect something we crave within ourselves. Ask yourself, do they make me feel validated, worthy, or desirable in ways that you don't give yourself? Are they filling a void, like lack of self-love, confidence, or purpose? When we don't nurture these things within ourselves, we seek them in others, which can lead to attachment for the wrong reasons. Remember, they are not a source of your wholeness. You are. Focus on healing and fulfilling your own needs first. For me, I stayed in a previous situation I was in. One huge thing for me why I stayed longer than I should have was because I wasn't filling my own cup up, refilling my own energy. In terms of, I would go to their house and it would be my little escape Love Island, where I'm like, I can turn my brain off. I don't have to do anything, and they catered to me. They cooked for me, they cleaned for me, they drew a bath for me, and I stayed because I was like, this is an island of comfort. But dismissing their character traits within themselves and also the energy I was around indirectly was influencing me and being a sort of distraction, because I was like, my morals and values, alignment, and lifestyle was not compatible with me. I stayed a little bit longer because I was like, I get to turn my mind off. Now, me noticing and taking my little break, I'm cultivating that lifestyle for myself. I'm always a girl. If you want that, get a baby girl. That's what you want. That's what I always tell myself. But instead of being hamster on my little wheel, I take breaks for myself and I allow myself to shut my brain off. Just going back to, sometimes we hold on to people not because they're truly right for us, because they offer something we don't have within ourselves. Having this made me tolerate things I normally wouldn't, and the same if you have a need that they're fulfilling. Just because they're fulfilling a desire or giving you a taste of something new. Instead of staying and protecting your energy, ask yourself, how can I create this comfort, adventure, or abundance on my own? Am I truly happy with them, or is it just what they provide? A partner should enhance your life, not be the source of something you're missing. Food for thought. If you find yourself constantly getting attached to someone, to the wrong people, ask yourself, what do my past relationships, situationships, dating experiences, do they have in common? Patterns don't happen by accident. Do you fall for emotionally unavailable men? Do you always ignore red flags because you think they're pink flags and pink is cute? Do you always confuse intensity for love? Self-awareness is the first key to breaking the cycle. Convince yourselves maybe he just needs more time, when in reality he's just not stepping up. And girl, we are leaving that behavior behind. The longer you're in something that doesn't serve or deserve you, the space you're taking up for something that you truly do deserve, and that is for you. You can have both. You're gonna have to give up something to get something, in the sense of energies. And when that inevitable realization hits, that person isn't meeting your needs, you need to cut it. You need to cut it. I want to be clear. Wanting love is not a bad thing. Being romantic is not a bad thing. But we have to balance that with discernment, self-respect, and an abundance mindset. Never put someone above you in terms of value. You are the prize. You bring so much to the table, and a man should be an addition to your happiness, not the source of it. Be caring, but don't self-neglect. Love deeply, but never at the cost of your own well-being, boundaries, and self-respect. Fall in love, but always vet your man. Words are cute, but actions tell the truth. Don't let sweet talk distract you from inconsistency, no matter how good it sounds or how I swear he's telling the truth. Watch how he shows up for you, not just what he says. Love is so beautiful. It's so rewarding. Dating should be an exciting, healthy experience. Keep your eyes open, trust your gut, and most importantly, love yourself first. You deserve real love, not just the idea of it. You deserve effort, consistency, and someone who is just as excited about you as you are them. This guide that I'm giving to you guys on just like ways to prevent like Deluluness has really helped me, just because before I used to be like a Delulu girl, be like, he's like mad, and then I'd have like, not I would have a man every 2 seconds, but it's just like I was in love with love, you know what I mean? And I didn't have the tools that I do today, and I feel like the tools that I give to you guys in this guide helped me like with a lot of heartbreak, and I'm like, oh, this is what I was supposed to know before. Before I was like, okay, now I know. And it's just like, once I have that, I trust my intuition, my discernment of like, and just reflecting on my list of what I want in a man or my partner, using that as a way of like discerning and vetting someone. It's very refreshing. It's just more of like, okay, I know you're not for me. Okay, bye. And just leave, instead of like not filling my own cup and just leaving them a little bit longer because they do this or that. I'm just like, okay, you're crazy. My future man would never do or say that. I cut it off. I'm not like, I ignore it and think, oh, that's a pink flag, not a red flag. It's okay. He can still be my man. No, once I see a red flag, I'm like, okay. Because usually with like red flags, it bleeds into other things where there are other flags behind that flag. It's not just like one red flag, but everything else is good. That's only when you're in your Delulu goggles. I feel like I have a lot more light and more energy to me when I use this guide of, okay, you're for me, not for me. Oh, you're not for me. You get no more energy. And I truly believe in not ghosting people. There's some exceptions. If they're crazy. Usually, like for me, if it's someone that I'm like, oh, you're not in alignment or da-da-da, I'll tell them. I'm not going to give you an essay, but I'm going to let you know why. So then maybe that might help them in the future. So hopefully this guide helps you like it helped me, and that like your perspective on things have changed, and that you keep your energy instead of feeling so drained. Be sure to love and continue on your dating journey, your love a girl journey. And hopefully this episode helps you from heartbreak and keeping your energy and just putting yourself out there but not being Delulu. When you're getting rid of the Deluluness, you need to supplement it for something else, because your body's going to want that dopamine, and fuel it with things that are good for you. Your body's going to want something to replace this, because once you remove something and this is fulfilling a need within yourself, in your body, and you get rid of it, if you don't replace it with something else that's healthier, then you're going to revert back, because you're going to be like, where's my excitement? Because like being Delulu is exciting. It's fun. It's a dangerous roller coaster, but it's fun. Next week, we will be talking about how to find your Disneyland. And this is where we're going to find those healthy ways in order to fulfill yourself and just feel like you're in Disneyland. So I can't wait to see you guys on next week's episode. It's going to be so cute. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for tuning into today's episode on Her Dream Life. I hope this episode gave you the tools in staying grounded in your dating life and avoid falling into Delulu thinking. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who needs this reminder. If you're listening to the audio version, be sure to hit the download button. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi girlies! And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Her Dream Life so you never miss an episode. Have a wonderful day, an amazing morning, and live your dream life as you deserve your dream life. Sending you all love, confidence, and self-worth. Until next time, keep living your dream life. Remember, shoot for the stars. You deserve to have it all. And see you next Monday.